The Echoes of Ravenwood Asylum. Once upon a time, in the remote town of Ravenwood, there stood an old, abandoned asylum. It had been shut down for decades, a relic of a bygone era when its halls were filled with the tormented cries of the patients it once housed. Locals avoided the asylum, whispering tales of the horrors that took place within its crumbling walls. One stormy night, a group of friends decided to explore the asylum, driven by a mix of curiosity and bravado. They entered through a broken window, their flashlights casting eerie shadows on the peeling wallpaper and decaying furniture. The air was thick with the scent of mold and rot, and the silence was deafening, broken only by the distant rumble of thunder. As they ventured deeper into the asylum, they stumbled upon the records room, where old patient files were scattered across the floor. One of the friends, Sarah, picked up a file and began to read aloud. It detailed the case of a patient named Elizabeth, who was admitted in the 1930s. Elizabeth claimed to hear voices that would drive her to the brink of madness. As Sarah read, a cold draft swept through the room, extinguishing their flashlights. Panic set in, and they scrambled to turn them back on. When the lights flickered back to life, they found themselves surrounded by shadowy figures, their faces twisted in anguish. The friends tried to run, but the doors slammed shut, trapping them inside. The figures began to close in, their whispers growing louder and more frantic. The air grew colder, and the friends could feel the icy grip of fear tightening around their hearts. Suddenly the figures vanished, and the room fell silent once more. The friends bolted for the exit, desperate to escape. As they reached the broken window, Sarah glanced back and saw Elizabeth standing in the doorway, her eyes filled with sorrow and madness. They never spoke of that night again, but they couldn't shake the feeling that they were being watched. And late at night, when the wind howled through the trees, they could still hear the echoes of the patients' cries, carried on the wind from the cursed halls of Ravenwood Asylum.